Let me just say this. McDowell County gets it. You get it. But not only do you get it, you're doing it. And that's what it's all about. And to see this team effort between all the different government entities, among all the partnerships in private sector, is the model, not only for the rest of the state, but for the rest of the nation. And this group of individuals in this room ought to be very, very proud of themselves. You know, I have a basic philosophy, and that is this, and I think my members of the House and Senate, who I'm proud to work with in the front row, agree with this. And that is this: we want to help those who can't help themselves. I just went down to the mental health hospital down the street, and there's some people there who cannot help themselves right now. They're going through very, very tough times, and we need to do everything we can to help those people, right? It could be in our family, it could be anywhere. And we're doing just that. But there are others that we need to encourage to help themselves. And the best way to do that is to teach them a skill that they then can go help them and their family with. And that's what you're doing right now. And myself and my colleagues in Raleigh during the past year and a half have had to make some tough decisions. And one of the toughest decisions which followed both those philosophies is this. One is we decided not to extend unemployment compensation, the only state in the nation not to do that, because we owed the federal government $2.5 billion of debt. Most people you didn't read about that, did you? When I came to office, we owed the federal government $2.5 billion for unemployment that we borrowed from the federal government. Well, we had a decision. Do we increase that debt to $3 billion, or do we try to lower that debt and try to encourage people to get skills and take jobs that are needed right now in North Carolina, and to encourage more jobs in North Carolina? We decided to take that path. And so we did not extend unemployment. But we also took two paths to that. One is we wanted to pay off our debt, and I'm proud to report that by next year, that $2.5 billion will be paid off. We're below $600 million right now, so the cost of doing business in North Carolina will be even less by next year, because you're the ones paying that debt, not us. You're paying that debt. And the reason we want you to do that, we want to pay off that debt, is we want you to return that money back to capital and hiring people and give it to these great causes right here. This is what it's all about. But we also want to initiate training programs and educational programs that tie directly to what employers need. Because the major piece of feedback that Scott and I constantly get, and I'd like to thank Scott with the community college system. He's been a great partner ever since I've been governor. And Scott, it's great to have you here at this table. You deserve a lot of the credit for developing these partnerships. And that is this, is that employers were coming to me and saying, I want to expand, I want to grow, but there's a skills gap. We heard it so much that we did a study. My NC Works program did a study recently. We just got the study back about 6 weeks ago. 40% of the employers in North Carolina are telling us that they have a skills gap regarding finding talent to fill the job openings that they have right now. And guess where those openings are? Exactly what you're addressing in this building. Machinery, electronics, technical equipment, fixing things, repairing things, building things, innovating things. That is where the skills gap is not only North Carolina, it's across the nation. The report did not surprise me because it just reiterated what you've been telling me all along. So what Scott and myself and the universities and legislature are attempting to do, and Dan, I'd like to thank you for your work in this very much so. You've been a great partner with us and your board. And that is this, is that we've got to connect commerce and education. They can't be in two different silos. And where commerce, the companies are complaining and education is complaining on the other side, we're bringing them together. Well, McDowell County, y'all are leading the way. You're not only just coming together, you're developing a strategy to make it happen and revitalizing a building which was vacant and a blight in this county, and now you've revitalized this. And recycling this building into an educational institution which will help get people jobs and careers. And I firmly believe that the other part of this equation, which we've all got to work on, because for the Sharon Decker, my Commerce Secretary, who's from Rutherfordton, where we have very high unemployment, Still, even though we've had one of the farthest drops in unemployment in the country during the last year and a half, we still have pockets that we've got to deal with, including this area. But Sharon Decker frankly says this, is that we have got to do this connection. And that's what it's all about. And if I can now, with Sharon Decker, and we're recruiting some major companies for this region and other regions of the state, the number one question they're asking us is, can you find the talent? And they know whether we can or not. In fact, I'll give you an example of one company down in Alamance County recently that we're recruiting. You know what they did to find out whether we were telling the truth or not, whether we had the talent? They put ads in the newspaper before they did their decision to see what kind of resumes they'd get. And they did it in the other 3 competing areas. Now, I caught wind of that early, that they were going to do that. And I let the community college know in that area. And we swamped them with resumes. But we had the talent, the qualified talent, and that's what won the race, was the talent. And I just want to let you know, I want to thank you for helping Sharon and I and our team in economic development, because I can see us bringing in potential recruits now and company presidents and manufacturers and say, I'll prove that we have the talent. Let me show you the class of 2015 and 16 and 17 right out of this building. And the concept of also moving in engineers and having that merger between technical engineers, because it takes a combination of both with most of the companies we're recruiting. They're looking for technical and engineering right now, and IT. And to see this equipment, you're hitting a home run. McDowell County is hitting a home run. And I just, as governor, I want to say thank you on behalf of the state of North Carolina. I'm impressed. I don't know what the heck I'm supposed to say outside another speech. I'm ignoring my speech. They wrote one speech for me. But I do want to say one other thing, is that we need to reward the community colleges that are putting their money into this type of training, because the community college system was originally designed, Governor Scott and others way before me, to support industry. And we cannot move away from that. But the dilemma is, and my Senate and House members clearly recognize this, in one piece of legislation, our budget that Ralph and others supported and helped implement, was this, is that we were rewarding community colleges and giving them money based on how many students they have, not the results of what they learned and the results of them getting jobs. And the dilemma is, if we only pay based upon how many students you have, the community colleges are going to be encouraged to give the cheaper courses that don't require the capital investment or the higher paid instructors, which technical training requires. And we're changing that whole philosophy again. It's results-oriented, not input-oriented. It's results-oriented. And you're going to see some incredible results, Mr. President. And I'll tell you, to have someone who's been here for over 30 years lead this changed institution, you've got to give your president a round of applause, too. Because a lot of people just wait. You know, I've been here 30 years. No, that's innovation. And to see this change is quite remarkable. And the only other thing I request of all of us is we've got to get into our middle schools and our high schools. And we've got some programs we're going to be implementing. Bring them here and let them use this equipment. And that's exactly what you're going to do, because if we don't reach out to the middle school and high schoolers who have been hearing for generations now that manufacturing is dead and other industry, agriculture is dead. No, manufacturing and agriculture are going to get us out of this recession. And we're going to grow because we have niches of quality. And now manufacturers are looking for quality talent, not volume of talent, but quality of talent. And that's what this is all about. I want to just say, God bless each one of you. I admire you. Thanks to the private sector entities that supported this. We need more. Did you hear that? We need more because we're all strapped. But Dan, thank you for your help. And thank you for the leadership in your educational and county and state government and city government also. God bless each one of you. It's an honor to be a part of this great ceremony, and let's make it work. Now the hard part is implementation. Right, Mr. President? The ideas are great. The building's great. Now let's implement and execute. God bless each one of you. Thank you.
Okay, well, let me introduce real quickly Steve Bush, our Chamber of Commerce Director, who has a presentation to make to the Governor.
Thank y'all for being out here today, Governor. It's an honor to have you here. We're thankful.
I'm glad you didn't wear a tie like
I
that.
never wear a tie, sir, so I
like
was glad to see you do the same. And when you had your jacket unbuttoned, I decided to do the same, so we're cool and casual. Here in McDowell County, you'll find that we do have a lot of collaboration. As the Chamber of Commerce, we're happy to be a part of that. But you'll notice that we have tons of quilt blocks all over our county that show the history, the culture of who we are and what we are. But on behalf of McDowell County, we'd like to give you what we call Carolina Donning. This is the only one of its kind, strictly for you, with the flag flying in the back and the mountains donning here in western North Carolina. It is a gift on behalf of McDowell County that is produced by our very own McDowell County Quilt Trail, Mike and Jill Lucas, who are in the crowd. If they'll raise their hands real quick. Yes. So on behalf of us, sir, thank you very much, and thanks for having us.
On behalf of the state of North Carolina, I accept this, and I will put it on the fireplace mantle in the governor's office, 1841 governor's office, and proudly display McDowell County in the governor's office so everyone has a chance to see it. Thank you very much. That is beautiful.
Chuck?
That is gorgeous.
Yeah, without further ado, my president of the Chamber of Commerce, Ms. Jan Allison, our vice president, Ms. Amy Stroud, will pull a ribbon. And Governor, if we could get you and Chuck, we'll give you the scissors. And we carry our very own big scissors here in western North Carolina.
Can we put the commissioners up?
And the commissioners and all them behind us. Yes, commissioners, trustees, donors, please come join us behind the ribbon. Mayor, city council, all the big important people, including whoever. I don't care. Chuck, you need to be with. Yeah, y'all let them pull it. It'll work. You can let go. Let go of the ribbon. Let go of the ribbon.
All right, 5, 4,
3, 2,